Hello everyone. How you guys doing? Uh, Let me just close a few things first. I've been preparing the Kahoot for tomorrow, and I somehow actually managed to get almost to 80 questions. One second. My Kahoot gave me an error pop up because I haven't finished it yet. And I'm not gonna lie, I was struggling to come up with some questions for the last few. Trying to get 80 very fringe questions about Siege is really hard. Okay. Are you gonna start believing in the game first and not lose? I don't even know if I'm gonna do testing grounds today. I'm torn because like the video today did well, but that's because it's like, Ash 5 seed. Oh my god. But now that the novelty is worn off, like will people care? Like do I make a second video or do I just make the one? Hmm. I don't know. Also, I don't know if Game Addict's on. He was playing earlier. What time is the Kahoot? It's tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern time. Oh yeah, I gotta get the YouTube stream up. Been slacking this morning. Doc with 200 health is crazy. Well, the max he can get is 190 with Rook armor, but almost 200. When I get out of England, I'm gonna sub to every channel. What? Why is England holding you back? What did England do? Okay, let me get YouTube stream up. Oh my god. There's been so many bugs with YouTube studio for the streaming, and it's so fucking annoying. Okay. There we go. Escape the horrors that is England. What hasn't England done? Do people hate England that much? It's so funny because here everyone loves England. Or they're always like, oh, England's so cool. Like UK people are so cool. The what's it called? The accents are so cool. Let me get a screenshot of the psychopomp. Actually, I'll do something different for today. What will I tweet out? I don't know. England and France are bad countries. Are they that bad though? Let me actually go get a screenshot of when I was Rook with 170 HP. When did I ever play Rook though? Probably early. Why France? Because everyone hates the French. That is true. A lot of people do hate France and the French. anything to do with French. Okay, I tweeted that I'm live. Sorry, I'm all over the place. I feel like I'm just waking up, even though I've been up for like 5 hours. I feel like I'm just starting my day and I'm lost. Now the question is, do we do testing grounds more or just normal siege? Game Addict is not on. He was on for a bit. I don't know. They banned DNA testing because it would harm families. I think if your infidelity is that bad, then you have a problem. France did that? Hold up. I'm looking this up. Did France ban DNA testing? It says there are multiple reasons. Potential family disruption is just one of them, but it said, let me find the actual source for this. It's not outlawed. You just can't get the consumer testing where you just send off your spit and they test it. And then I'm trying to find the source on why they said no. I have the AI answer, but I feel like that's never going to be accurate. One article says it's just because of privacy concerns since those companies now own your DNA. Yeah, the only thing I can see that says because they don't want family disruption is from Reddit. I don't know if I believe that, Mass Ninja. Sorry, one second. You just asked me 2 questions. All right. So chat, what do we do today? Unranked or testing grounds? Does anyone have any opinions at all? So have I played Arc Raiders? I did. I actually uploaded, I think, 2 or 3 videos on it, and then I have not played it since. Chat's saying unranked so far. Group kiss. Well, we can't do that. I feel like I would want to do more testing grounds if I had friends to play with. By myself seems boring. And how's the Kahoot going? So I have let me just pull it up. I will have 80 questions. I'm at like 74 right now. It's a very long quiz. Very, very long. Let's see. Yeah. Well, actually, I'm currently at 70. Oh, I have a few blank ones. 75 questions, yeah. And there will be 80 total. I was thinking about adding like extra ones in case there's a tie, but I'm like, there's no way there will be a tie. I think since I can't disable the time-based answers, so you get bonus points for answering fast or being on a streak or anything. But like with that as a factor, it will make everything like people will be more spread out with points. I'm also forgot to do this, which I'm going to do it right now. I can do double points for the last like 10 questions, which I think will all be incredibly hard questions. Like super, super hard ones. I'm gonna do that. Play with viewers for testing grounds? No. I don't play with viewers. Play with Twitch subscribers? I mean, when you just Q-snipe me, Mass Ninja? Are we not good enough? So, if you want the lore reason as to why I don't play with viewers anymore, is because I used to do, I called it Follower Fridays, where I would play with viewers. We'd have a queue, people would join. It actually went pretty well for quite a while, and then a few people ruined it. I'm sure you can imagine what they would have said to ruin it for everyone. So after that, I was like, nope, we're done. Never doing it again. Which, I know it sounds like, oh, you know, that one guy ruined it for everyone, but I was already at the point, like, I don't really want to do this anymore. So then I was just like, you know what, this is a good reason to end it. They did say banned words. Follower Fridays, but you are muted. Could do that, but we used to also do like ranked with followers, and then it was fucking chaotic because I'd be with like silvers playing in gold lobbies while I was diamond. It was kind of bullshit. Speaking of stream snipers, Mass Ninja in the game. I think he just broke into that wall over there. Or he's an office, I can't tell. Bro, he's giving us away. He's going all the way to terrace. I don't think he's coming back. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, the bars go the wrong way. I was gonna see if I could hopefully get the angle on him from there. I could not.
Go by this 20.
Oh, I whiffed hard. I can't fall through that. I thought I could. I'm sad that my C4, or the lines on the floor went the wrong way. I was like, if I C4 here, I could back up and maybe see the ace as he's planting. Actually, wait, no, he was on the other machine, wasn't he? Would have been, no, to the right of the C4. He wasn't planting, no, he wasn't planting on the one near the wall. So I looked the wrong way anyways. I made a snowman today. Are you proud? Is it that cold? Here it's 10 degrees today. It is very hot. compared to lately. But then I think tomorrow it goes back down to like negative, yeah, -4, -5. Next week is -13. It hasn't even been like that crazy cold yet. Like we haven't gone any -30 days yet. The snowman held up. If you're not Legion Oryx or don't have C4, how do you kill Monty? When you punch Monty, if you punch him 3 times in a row, his shield gets knocked all the way back. So you just have to keep punching. Making an igloo video. I have zero clue how to even make an igloo. Could not tell you at all how to do it. What do you think of the armor changes? I don't mind them. I think, you know, it's not great off the bat, but like, gotta start somewhere, right? I think the people who are already dismissing it, saying this is crap and we should never implement it, I'm like, bro, you haven't even tried it. I can guarantee you these people have not even loaded up testing grounds.
Can we get a rotate, please?
Oh, no one's even over here. I'm pretty sure he's holding the angle from the garbage can. He was. I'll see if I just... Actually, I don't think I could have thrown the C4 any closer to him. I threw it as close as I could. It just was off. Or like, he was on top of it. I couldn't hit him. We didn't even reinforce this wall.
One below.
Thanks for sub, Brady. Yeah, the light armor is really weak on the testing grounds. I don't think it's ever worth running. But again, it's just the start. Got him. I didn't think they were coming this way anymore.
Landing on site.
Behind the machine. That was a really bad bait for him. He could have just like proned and held a long angle, but I think he was hiding in the corner and then just sprinted out across. He also could have held the drone hole. When Ubisoft announced the wildcard event on Twitter, some people were like, it's trash without even trying it. To be fair, I will say for the wildcard event trailer, they did not properly show what the mode would be like, but that's overall still good because that means it was more of a surprise when it dropped, and meant it was more fun. But that one, I was like, I even saw it. I was like, this doesn't look that interesting. But when I saw what it actually was, I was like, oh, this is really good. Now, obviously, I saved my judgments for the end. For when I actually saw it, I was like, it doesn't look great, but like we'll see what it is. Because I thought the whole event was just gonna be old loadouts, like everyone has ACOG again, old gadgets and stuff. Yeah. For the armor stuff, though, people just saw that Ash has 70 HP as a 3-speed, and they're like, I hate it. It's terrible. It's like, bro, you didn't even try it. I also saw that there's some, apparently some disagreement on the speed conversions, because I tested them all, and I compared the videos for the exact timing on different armors and speeds. And I was told that I was wrong. Kudo said that apparently Tequil and Core Ross both came up with different answers. I was like, no, I tested mine and have like the video proof. I posted it on Twitter, and also I posted it on Instagram and TikTok yesterday, but basically 5-speed is 3-speed, 4-speed is old 2-speed. I'm probably gonna die doing this, but it's always a fun meme strat to try. I'm gonna double reinforce this. Don't tell anyone.
I just love Dex, bro.
Thanks for the support, Pluto. Twitch thinks they won't let me resub at the moment. Probably because they saw your Siege name. I'm not gonna lie, Alexis. My opinion of you changed substantially after I heard it, or saw that. Whiffing on drones. It's just a silly thingy? No. Doing couple names where it's like his and hers, it's not silly. It's just bad. I don't think this is going to be good for me. That is really bad. Aw. I thought Ash ran through into garage, but I think she just stayed in party. Almost popped off there, though. Goofy and Koofat. That would have been a better name for Lexus and Sam, but it was instead, what was it? Her kitten? Or his kitten? And Bark for kitten? No. We ain't about that. Do I still play Red Sec? I actually haven't played Red Sec in like 2 weeks. I haven't played Battlefield in like almost 2 weeks. I've just been so busy with everything else. Like we've had a lot of like personal things, like friend groups, hanging out, parties. So I've just not had time. And then I've been trying to play some other more variety FPS games for the channel. So like we just played Hell Let Loose 2 days ago, and I'll be uploading that on Monday. And then I also played RV There Yet with Peter and Ben, so that'll be next Monday. And then we might try out that like British Revolutionary War game. We'll see. And then I just downloaded Tarkov. Blanked messaged me. He's like, I miss my duo. I was like, alright, I'm downloading the game. Enough said. I've been wanting to play Tarkov for a while, and I just kept putting it off. Being like, I'm too busy. I don't have time to dive into it. But I'm like, then I can make time. I just need to stop being lazy. Also, as much as I'm loving chess, I need to stop playing chess so much. I'm putting in like 50 games a day. I need to stop. See if you can find my house in that game. The British Revolutionary War one. I mean, you know the Revolutionary War was fun. The U.S., Jack, right? Make chess videos. We could. But yeah, Tarkov I'm gonna get back into though and give it a good old-fashioned try. Chess on honestly, I should play more chess on stream and see what chat thinks. I just know I'm not good. I was at 660 elo in Blitz, like the 5-minute chess, and then I went all the way down to 30. Been real rough.
I just love dicks, bro.
Got both my claymores.
Behind you, ping.
I thought Souls was gonna play below, but she actually pushed up. We also had a cam on her and piano. That was unfortunate. Thanks for 2 months, Killer Monkey and J Will. Most of your viewers love brain rot. What do you mean? My viewers are sophisticated. Yeah, for chess, I want to see how good the average like Siege players in chess. Because people always say Siege players have the highest IQ. I'm like, that should translate to chess. Am I watching the Last Chance qualifiers for SI? Are they on right now? If they are, I had zero clue, and that is some real rough marketing. No, it is not. You just have to finish the ad break? Damn. Twitch is taking you for every dollar you have. Siege X Chess crossover tournament. That may or may not have been something that I'm trying to plan, but unfortunately there may or may not be too much interest. It wasn't even on their schedule yesterday. I always just use Liquipedia. That is my source for all things Rainbow Six. It says, oh, last chance qualifiers for Europe start in 20 minutes. It says there's like 4 matches going on at once. VP versus Wolves, Genji versus GK, Panu versus Zero, and Shift versus TWM. It starts in 20 minutes. I think they need to get their stream online. Testing ground something that's on the live build, or do I have to download the test server? It's on the live build. Just a playlist. Ain't that peachy. You don't have to do shit. I thought the drone fully fell off. And this bandit is real bad at hunting drones. Dark stairs. That is the Solus. Fortunately, I don't think I'm gonna be able to get the wall. Oh, I have no drones left. But they have a cam on me. They keep hopping off and on cam. Oh no. He's just hiding. Oh my god, he groaned. Like, he can perfectly hide there. I can't really do much about it. Oh. I was gonna say, he's right on us. Like Jack will trade me there. Oh, that's so annoying with the two brow. Is like, he's hiding behind the fridge. I can't see him from either side, but if I rotate to the other window, he can jump in through that window. I'm like, I'm just stuck 50-50. I should have just pushed the bandit and then swung around and killed him after, but then he could have also jumped in behind me while I was swinging bandit, and then we would have been fucked. Do I often get the mic bug? I had it all season, and I just went away randomly 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. I tried everything. I tried reinstalling the game. I tried verifying files. I tried doing all those other workarounds that people kept saying. Stuff like, oh, if you go into your match replay, leave match replay, do this. Like, none of that worked. Changed sensitivities, nothing worked. It just one day started working. It's just a feature for him. I mean, it works now. I don't know what happened, but randomly started working. Oh. I was too busy being on my phone that I didn't realize they are first floor. I mean, I can still use thermite. Just gotta go for the yellow wall. I can go for that wall. Oh, Fruit's got it. Imagine being a top streamer for a game when my mic doesn't work. I mean, I don't think whether you're a creator or not has any impact on whether a bug happens to you. Also, most creators don't even like using their microphones, because then people recognize them and things get weird and annoying. That's why I almost never use my mic. I'd much rather not use it. I'll only ever use it in ranks. I'm like, I don't care if people recognize me. I'd rather just win. Allowed them to just exist there when we had angles. Nice. Bum ass teammate. And solo queue plus bug mic is the worst. Yeah, that's also usually why I don't solo queue. Luckily, whenever we were playing ranked, we usually had a 3-stack or more. So I was just like, hey, can you call out to them that I'm saying this? And they would call it out for me. Did suck when I had to solo queue, though. I honestly don't even know what we do here. They're just so slow to push that I don't really know what to hold. Could just jump out. The annoying part though is icing it and then having no reticle when I jump out.
Fourth time with Prime, nice.
Thank you
Cool
for the 4 months
emoji.
line with the Prime. Also, I don't know for sure how long I will stream today. Obviously, I'll do like at least 3 hours, but if I do want to get make sure I have everything ready for the Kahoot, I'm going to test it a few times, make sure everything works. Maybe review the questions and everything, and then I still need to edit a little bit. Might just do a little bit of a short stream, or like 3 hour, 3.5 hour stream. If someone joins, I'll maybe go longer. We'll see. We also have D&D tonight, so I'm trying to not get too tired before we role play for 3 hours, 4 hours. I moved the headset too much. Smoking. I'm done. Fat.
Okay, the red
And what
dot.
was my uni major? I was in media. I studied first computer science, left computer science, went to go study media, dropped out of media because my professor told me it was a waste of time for me and that I should just do YouTube full time. Happy I listened. Private line, just me and some friends. Everyone always says we should stream D&D and stuff, but like, my friends just want to play. They're not content creators. I don't know.
We're out for this window, by the way. 3 at least.
Oh,
I'm watching it.
they ran from inside. I was trying to bait the hell out of that buck, but they ran in from below. What class am I? What am I? A fighter in this one. We're almost level 3. Every group we've ever done, we always do really slow leveling, which I'm not the biggest fan of. Like, a lot of people I talk to are like, oh, we level up like every other day that we do a campaign. I'm like, we're a week in, like 6 different sessions in, and I'm only level 2. So that kind of sucks, but we'll be level 3 soon, and then I'll go from fighter to just like, I think Echo Knight is a class I'm going to specialize in. I think, you know,
Pushing him. Far. That's far for now. He's close to me.
oh, Sophia came in from the other side.
Let's try.
If Castle just made a hole in the wall with his shotgun, he probably would have killed Buck. Or hit 1 bullet. The guy was 1 HP. That is so freaking exciting. Wow, Jack. Yeah. Fierce kind of explained it. But yeah, D&D is just all about like role playing and imagination. So it's just like, imagine if you were playing like a single player game, like a campaign, but you could just choose to do whatever you want whenever you want. And the DM is basically the video game responding to you and changing things based off what you want to do. And then there's skills, abilities, all that stuff. But technically the possibilities are endless. Oh, to be honest, Jack, I thought you were talking about Deadpool a movie, not Deadpool coming out to Marvel Rivals. I'll stay Thermite if they're going a normal site. Rob hasn't even played in weeks. It's just a disaster. I feel like Rob only ever talks about Fortnite and COD now. Is it hard to get into D&D? It can be, because you need a whole group. You can't really play by yourself. I mean, you could, but it'd be boring. I know Priest said for him to get into D&D, he just went to his local, like, card shop. And they had weekly or, like, monthly. It D&D nights where anyone could join and like learn the game. It was meant for beginners. He said he really liked it. Well, that's not good. I don't think they have a bandit, but
On the window right now. Peeking on the window. Door. Left side door.
unfortunate.
My wall.
I missed her head. I saw her get up there as well, and I just whiffed on the head. Worst part is I could see her head for so long and she couldn't even see me. I just pre-fired a bit too far to the left. Uh-oh. Chat, this don't look good. There's a group I don't know anything about D&D. It all depends. Because I think it's like with any hobby. I think most people are pretty helpful and wanting other people to get into the hobby. But obviously you'll always have, you know, those people who are like, oh, you didn't know that my secret ability does this, blah, blah. And then they just ruin it for everyone. But I assume if you already know of a D&D group, I'm sure they'd be fine to have you. And like, again, the only limitation in D&D is your imagination. So as long as you are willing to role play and like get into it, should be fine. Damn, drop 12 kills. I did like that when I played Baldur's Gate 3, because I agree it's that's like a really good way to transition into D&D. I played Baldur's Gate 3 and then we started playing D&D. And when we would play D&D, I was like, "Oh, I actually know what this monster looks like. Oh, I understand what I can do here." Cuz Baldur's Gate is the closest thing to D&D we'll probably ever get in a video game format. It doesn't run off 5e rules. Yeah, but I mean more so, it's not about the rules for me. More so like the possibilities of being like, I want to do something different. It just gives you so many options. How's the testing grounds? Testing grounds was good. I feel like it is kind of boring to do by yourself though. I'd rather just play normal Siege at that point. So I'm not playing it today, but I enjoyed it. It's just, it definitely seems like going lighter armor is just super bad. Phil, that's what Priest has been talking about before, because he's the DM for his, like, you know, Twitch campaigns. And I think he's only ever played as like in one shots or at like card stores where they had nights, whatever. And he's complaining. He's just like, I want to play. Like, I would like to actually play. And that actually happened with our other DM. So in our friend group, we had one DM, and he DM'd like 3 different campaigns, like just usually pretty short ones, but he DM'd them all. And then he was like, I want to play, but no one else wants to be DM. And then our other friend actually stepped up and was like, you know what, I'll try it. And he's been pretty good so far. But I do feel bad for the hard stuck DMs. But then you also get, like, I know Priest mentioned it when he went from DMing, and he considers himself a pretty good DM, which I would agree with. And then he went to like, you know, a place with just a bunch of random people to try being part of someone's group. He's like, they're not that good at DMing. It's like when you know how good it can get, if you're a good DM and just having a bad DM, he's like, it sucks. We ever played Escape from Tarkov? I think I have like 1,000 hours in Tarkov, if not more. I actually just re-downloaded it today. Sorry, TikTok earlier today. It seems like it's only more useful to go up to Juggernaut because there's almost no downsides to it. I mean, a Juggernaut is slower than a current 3 armor, but yes, it is very small downsides. But it's weird. The whole armor system doesn't really make much sense. It has to be a bigger speed game. Yeah. So it's like the 5% is what throws me off because it's not actually 5%. Because like a 5 speed is a 3 speed, a 4 speed is a 2 speed, a 3 speed is a 1.5, and then a 2 speed is a 1 speed, and then a 1 speed is like a 0.9 speed. It's like not an actual linear change. I'm usually the dungeon novice when I play. Hey, nothing wrong with being a noob as long as you actively try to like participate and don't just be dead weight. Like in our D&D group, we had 2 people who were more there for the socializing and not so much there for Dungeons and Dragons. And then we would play, and they would just like, instead of making decisions, they'd be like, I don't know, I'm just gonna use my cantrip again. It's like, well, you could like do this, and they'd be like, well, I don't know what to do. It's like, well, yeah, but you know, try different things. And they'd be like, well, I don't want to do the wrong thing. I'm like, there is no wrong thing. It's D&D. You do whatever you want. They're like, no, I'm just going to do my same cantrip over and over again. Yeah, luckily in our group, Weiss is, everyone's just like, okay, when do we want to play next? And we all coordinate. We don't really like leave it up to the DM. He does try to coordinate sometimes, but we usually will be like, oh, we're free these days. Actually, I guess he does mainly ask us. But it's not like him chasing after us, like, who wants to play? It's like, we want to play. It's just, you know, we don't know when. My first playthrough of Baldur's Gate 3 and I'm hooked. It's so good. Oh. Are you kidding me, bro? He hunted me all that way just to get interrogated anyways. Oh, I thought he was outside. Oh, he was. He just jumped back in. Oh, no, and then we just all threw. Might have just given him a free win. Oh. Oof, we did give him a free win. Team. I can only say team because I was the first one to die. So it wasn't my fault. If I want to start Baldur's Gate 3, potentially become a D&D player. And I will say, Baldur's Gate 3, I know the price can be like kind of high. Bro, Baldur's Gate 3 is so worth every penny. It's like 130 hours to beat the game. So less than $1 a minute. Oh, sorry, I said $1 a minute, $1 an hour. My brain's not braining today. I'm on the General Thorm fight. You thought you were close to beating it? Bro, you're in Act 2. You have a whole other act. In Act 3, if you actually do everything you can, Act 3 is longer than Act 1 and 2 combined. I will say the game did give me a hangover, though, from playing it. When I beat it, I was like, oh, I can't wait to do my next playthrough and do this, this, and this. And then you start over and you're like, oh my god, I don't want to do this all over again. Act 3 as well. I loved Act 3. This isn't really a spoiler, but I guess if you're worried about hearing anything, you might want to mute, but Act 3 is just like, it's in the city. I know people complain because they're like, well, cities don't normally have this much action. Like, you're not going to have every building mean something. I'm like, yeah, but let's make it fun. Who cares if a normal city doesn't normally have 1,000 different people with different rooms with different quests? Like, just, I'd rather have a lot of quests, you know? I don't care if that's not realistic. Oh. Just walked in. Wait, that was the Rooney gate I heard? I thought that was the one... I thought it was on that door that he's looking at. Elysian. I didn't realize... I didn't even know there wasn't a Rooney gate there. Apparently, I just heard that right behind me. Oh, Siege directional audio. To be fair, Weiss, I did the same thing, and no, Act 3 is definitely the longest by far. But I specifically was like, I'm going to do like every possible thing in Act 3. Like, I didn't beat the game until I had every single quest finished. Like, I had the whole quest log. It said everything was done. The only quest I had left was to beat the game. All right, now I'm ready to beat it. No, I made a custom one, Phil. I can't imagine playing a game like Baldur's Gate 3 and doing a pre-made character. That just sounds horrible. Like, maybe if you're playing through again after, then sure, choose something. But like, that sounds horrendous. Why would you ever want to do that? Was I over leveled for the final boss? You can't be over leveled. Because level maxes out at 12, and I got level 12 like I think 2 hours into Act 3 or something. And then I just stayed level 12 for the entirety of the campaign. Or the rest of it. I do this here. You can use a monster for their levels. I thought about doing that, but I was like, if this is the way the game was intended, I'd rather it, you know, be balanced. That's over enough. I was hoping Legion would be able to flank that IQ, but he, I guess, just did not. See him? Wait, I don't know. Oh, I forgot that this is the Geek Time guy. This is the guy who is smurfing like crazy on like a brand new account. He was already like level 47. There's no way he's not high enough level to be playing ranked. We played against him like 5 days ago, and he was already almost level 50. That doesn't show his level on R6 tracker. Oh, damn. He has not played, I think, since the last time we played against him. Because he's still level 44. Oh, my mouse disappeared. There we go. Thanks for sub. Beaglak? That's actual level 20. Phil, out of curiosity, how do you normally DM for levels? Because again, so like this is the first campaign we've done where it's actually experience based. All the other campaigns have been milestone based, but the highest level we've ever gotten was like level 5. And it feels so, not boring, but I'm just like, you know, we can't do anything crazy. And to have like the story conclude at level 5, it just feels cheap. Like I want to get to like level 15, level 12, something, you know? This guy thinks like Geek Time is cheating. I don't think he's cheating. I think he's just smurfing like crazy. You just want to fuck shit up with your cool high level powers. I just want like the ability to do cool stuff. So I'm like, half the fights we're in, I'm like, well, I'm down to my cantrips yet again. Oh, I'm about to push there. That is the Geek Time guy who just ran over there and went to hold the wall that I was about to push in through. What do I hear? Like, oh, the wall's open. God. I barely even saw him. Bro, on my screen, he was there for like a millisecond. On his screen, he full swung and then flicked on me. That is crazy. Is wall. I don't think he's walling as much as our Blackbeard might just be bad, because he pushed him with a shield, aimed down sight, missed every single shot, and Aruni went from shooting his legs to flicking to his head. And the Blackbeard just didn't react. Am I correct in understanding that Deimos' Vendetta will one-shot operators with light armor, Cav, for example? I don't think so. How much damage does the Vendetta do? You are right. It'll one-shot up to 12-ish meters. Write that down, write that down. One-shot guns for testing grounds. I think it's the TCSG, Vendetta, Boss G. I think the Boss G is one-shot no matter what. Yeah, as long as you hit the body, unlimited range. None of the DMRs are 70 damage, right? $61, 60, 69. Close, but not enough. Well, Glaz's sniper will one-shot as well. To 30 meters. Jeez. Kali sniper, I assume. Yeah. I mean, Kali sniper will one-shot anything but a juggernaut. I don't think anything else. I try to stop somewhere between level 12 to 15 leveling wise. I also go with rather slow leveling because it lets you really get to know your characters and play with all your feats, etc. Of course, when I feel like players get bored, I adjust the leveling speed to make it more interesting. I think our issue is also like my group, we get together so infrequently that it feels like it takes so long for us to level. Like the one campaign we did took over a year to finish, but we were only getting together. It would sometimes be like once every week, and then it would be like once every 6 months. So it felt just like we were never doing anything. And then again, I'd be stuck with like my cantrips and just be like, well, I can't do shit. So I'm gonna look through more of these in case there are any other guns that might one-shot. I think 69 is the highest for DMRs. I don't think I have to worry about that. I mean, shotguns will definitely one-shot. They already do that now. My group has held strong with with every Monday for about 3 years. That is insane. My friend group as a whole, outside of the D&D group, used to have weekly hangouts. We had a standing every single Tuesday weekly hangout when me and Annie moved into our own apartment, and we just be like, who's coming this week? Obviously, most people wouldn't, but like at least one or two friends would come over. It was just nice to have like a standing weekly hangout. And then I think COVID, we still hung out a lot. And then it was just like, I feel like when we started hitting like 27, 28, people just stopped. And now people are having kids, which makes it even harder. Our two friends who are pregnant, or like together, and they're pregnant with a kid, they keep trying to say, they're like, oh, don't worry, when we have the kid, we'll still hang out all the time, and like we'll still have late hangouts. I'm like, no, we won't. Our other friends said the same thing, and we see them now like once every 4 months. Wait, oh, said Mage, were you saying you've held strong every Monday for 3 years for the first, like for Baldur's Gate 3 or for D&D? Because I think for Baldur's Gate 3, that's easier to have weekly because it's like, okay, you're just on your computer. D&D as a group in person is way harder, I feel like. It's a fucking lie. I hate when parents lie like that. I mean, they don't have any kids yet. They think they'll be fine, but we know they won't. With the kid. I meant, because I said two of them are pregnant, and I want to be like, well, not like each of them are pregnant. Like they're pregnant together with one kid. So I realized saying two of our friends are pregnant sounds like they're about to pop out two babies. Oh, damn, Mage. And as an adult, and one of you has a kid, that is actually insane. Even like for the rest of us who don't have kids, though, I'm like, it's still just hard to do weekly hangouts, though, because, you know, some weeks I'm busy. Some weeks I'm just like, I don't want to hang out. I want to just like chill. I want to just stay at home. But we had like 3 hangouts in a row each week, and last week we did like a last second one where almost everyone got together, and I was like, is this the beginning of weekly hangouts again? If we want to keep it up, we got to do a hangout tomorrow or Sunday, which I don't think is gonna happen. But I have every single week. I always go rock climbing on Saturdays, and I have a group of friends that are there. Most of them are there every single Saturday, so I have that consistency at least. I just bought a new house and moved across country. I mean, the nice part is when you have like a Monday hangout, it's like, okay, I can chill and I don't have to worry about, you know, the big move and everything. Been trying to get one D&D group together since last August. Being until it sucks. Yeah, I will say the D&D. There's two big reasons as to why, actually three big reasons as to why our D&D group is so hard to schedule. Reason number one, I think, is the biggest one. Two of them are teachers, so they're always like, no, we're not doing weekdays. I'm like, but you get home at like 4, and they're like, yeah, but then I have to go to bed at like 10 for the next day. I'm like, then let's do D&D early, and they're like, no. They're like, I don't want to do it after teaching all day. I'm like, okay. So we never do it weekdays. And then reason number two is usually Annie and I traveling a lot. I really don't want to keep playing against Geek Time. He's literally just smurfing as hard as possible. He's probably like top 100 champ. It's just not fun. Yeah, me and Annie travel a lot. And then reason number 3 was that the newest member of our group, who just recently moved here, so it'll hopefully be easier to schedule with him, he lived an hour and a half away, and he would constantly double book himself. So it'd be like the night before we were supposed to go play D&D, and he's just like, oh, guys, sorry, I forgot that I also told my other friend group I'd hang out, so I can't do D&D tomorrow. And we're like, okay. But now that he lives in town instead of an hour and a half away, that should hopefully not be a problem. Hopefully. That's when I went rock climbing. I got cursed out by an old man. Were you sitting on the mats? Were you climbing near someone? Were you running underneath someone as they were climbing? Like that's what everyone does when they go rock climbing, like usually for one of the first times, and then they're like, oh, I'm not supposed to just disregard all safety instructions. Said 5 minutes. Yeah. That was from museum.
He's at the door.
Oh, he broke the other one. What the fuck is this? Huh? What the fuck is that angle? I just want to plant a new sense, man. Most lifeless shit I've ever seen. He is like I would guess he's probably like top 500 champs in the world on an alt account. It's just not fun. He's also sweating like an insane amount in unranked, which just makes it even less fun. Oh, honestly, I think I'll just swap servers after this because it's just not fun to play against when we're just trying to chill and not coordinate or anything. Oh, he hears them.
He's 20. Or 40.
You ate the hot dog? How dare you, Darkly? Not knowing how I can't swap my servers? What do you mean? Why can't you swap your servers? Oh no. My class, my current game, it's a fighter. Can't remember what I was last time. Oh, that is unfortunate. Well, actually, I know the last campaign I just did, which we only got like 2 or 3 sessions, and then we disbanded it. I think we took like an 8-month break, and we're never playing that one again. I was a druid last time, but I didn't realize how much druids suck early on, and because we do like the super slow leveling, I had like 2 spell slots and then a couple of shitty cantrips. And then that's all I could do every single time was just use my cantrips. And I didn't even have shapeshifting until I think it was like level 5, and we made it to like level 2. So I was like, alright. So Druid sucked for that. What was I before that? A Bard. Also was just all cantrips. I was like, this is not as fun as I had hoped it would be. Let's go on, I guess. Oh, yeah, Eldritch Knight. For the fighter I have right now, it's like, I think it's just mainly just attacks. I have like some random you know, small spells or cantrips or whatever. Something tiny, I can't remember what it is. But again, we haven't played in a few months now, but it's mainly just fighting. Like, just weapons. I think I just have a lot of, like, racial abilities. So weekends get booked fast. So, you know what's so crazy to me? So there's obviously, we were talking about, you know, being an adult and trying to hang out with friends is tough. But the people who have just like insane amounts of like they book themselves up is one sec, I'll explain once I died to this. Oh, he's running up top. Bruh. Can I stop being peeked from every fucking possible angle? But my friends who have like such insane social calendars, or at least like pre-planned social calendars, just weirds me out. Oh, I don't know. I won't be mean when I say it, but I mentioned before, Drew and Bree have like a calendar, like a shared calendar. I remember it was like April of one year, and they told me that they already had every single weekend booked from like April all the way until September. I'm like, how do you have every single weekend booked? Like, you don't have a single weekend day that we can hang out. And they were like, nope. Okay, cool.
There's one radio.
Oh fuck, is everyone dead? Oh.
He's upstairs, by the way.
Went down yellow. We didn't. He went in the hall. He's by main stairs now. Rotate it around. If you have a camera, we can watch.
My god, my aim. I panicked because I saw the camera was staring at me. And then I hit his coat like 5 times. The strat did work though. I dropped perfectly in sync with the pellets, so he couldn't even hear me land there. Would be a varsity viewer as well. Damn. That's crazy. I played Rogue in my last D&D group as well. Literally, meh. I always rolled bad. Yeah, since I'm a fighter, we had one fight that went on for so long. Because, like, let's say we did 4 full cycles. Only one roll from 4 of us in those 4 cycles met, like, the armor class. Every other roll was below. And by, like, a lot. Like, I rolled, I think, 2 1s and then a 3 and a 5. And the armor class was like 10. I was like, I can't fucking punch a wolf that's 1 foot away from me because I keep punching the air apparently. Yeah, that was a annoying thing. Have I seen the Nari set up on clubhouse garage stairs? You'll probably have to explain that a bit more. I don't know what you mean by that. I don't even know if I can shoot that from outside. You killed a rabbit 520 kilometers away from your position. Man. I don't want to compare DMs, but our DMs do not have that level of creativity. They're just like, nope, you miss. Okay. You can set up the Denaris under the stairs and it triggers on the stairs. That feels exploitish. not just bug-ish, you know? You just jumped out. Oh wait, fuck. I forgot to put it on the barricade this time. Almost blew myself up. Normally put it at the bottom, but I wanted to destroy the cam.
Top yellow.
Thought I hit his head and I flicked away. Did not hit his head.
Like in the hallway.
He's already in sight. To be honest, it is an exploit.
Where?
Kind of makes sense because it shouldn't hit you.
Oh my gosh, I barely saw him as I got murdered.
He was 1 HP as well. It's okay if the DM isn't that creative, to be fair. Sometimes you feel like the greatest fool if the DM is too creative. True. I've had them roast me for certain misses and stuff. What did Varsity say about the Maxwell 2s? Like, what were my thoughts on them? I mentioned it before. So, like, they're overall a really good headset. But I'm also, like, comparing them to my LCD 3s plus a standalone microphone. So a lot of people were like, well, it's not as good as your current setup. I'm like, well, yeah, it's a lot cheaper than my current setup, but it's still a really, really good like headset. And I actually got the mic working to actually be like good quality. Before I had it plugged into the front of my PC, it sounded awful, and then I plugged it into the back, it sounds fine. Nothing like this level mic, but it's like overall good. But I'd say when it comes to, because I've had a few headsets around the same price range, I think it's probably the best one I've had at that price range. Because the Virtuosos had a really good mic, but the audio on them was meh, and the comfort on them was bad after like 2 or 3 hours. And then I've tried some like Logitech ones, and those ones are alright too, but it's always the audio on them feels so tinny or empty. Hydrogen bumpers, coffee, baby. Can you pinpoint with them? Yeah, I mean, with any Odyssey headset, you'll be able to pinpoint everything. The issue is when it's in Siege, because Siege is like, Siege just has bad sound. That's all there is to it. Versus like, when I would play Battlefield with this headset, I'd be like, oh my, I hear everything. Every like step they take, every breath they make, I'm watching them. But then when it comes to Siege, I'm like, I can't tell if they're above or below me, but that's because it's Siege. Like, Siege audio is just bad, and we all know that. Probably should have made holes and rotates and stuff. Why did I not do that? Oh, that's the type of lobby we're in.
We have no rotates, by the way.
I feel like this is about to be real bad real quick. Wait, what? They just walk in through server? It's really the up-down audio that's never consistent. That, but also sometimes the forward backward.
Or the near side.
That's just siege. Like sometimes I'm like, oh, they're in front of me, and then they're behind me. I'm like, what? And then I play Battlefield. I'm like, I can hear everyone everywhere. I'll get around with the pinpoint stuff as of right now. I'm using a native 7.1 surround headset for like 9 years. So the one thing I'll say I know a decent amount about audio is that no headset is actual surround sound. It's always virtual. Every headset is stereo, and then they try to convert it to virtual surround sound. And after using virtual surround sound for a few years, I was like, wow, actual stereo is just way better. I can't say I'd really recommend to use the virtual surround sound. Because, like, literally, for surround sound with a 7.1 is you need 7 speakers. Headsets have 2 speakers.
Yo, Maestro, he's right on top of you.
That's fine. I'm just never going to get off this. And then he'll lose the round on time. Couldn't kill him. I love that his teammate's just standing there. He didn't move. He's holding an angle while I'm zapping him. You have 7 per ear? I don't think that's true. Although I don't know enough about other headsets. Let me see. Are there headsets with 7 speakers? Yeah, a quick Google. Oh yeah, even like the first or the top post on Reddit, which obviously it's Reddit, but it's the audio subreddit. There's literally no such thing as a headset with 7 speakers. Every headset has 2 speakers, 1 on each ear. I couldn't decide. So no, you don't actually have 7 speakers. All headsets are virtual surround sound. I have 2 DMA rage cheaters explaining his entire setup in game chat. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about that. What's Testing Grounds? Testing Grounds is the new playlist where they're going to allow us to, well, test things, basically. Should be fun. Hopefully they add a lot more stuff to it, instead of just the current, which is just only the armor. Google this and see native 7.1 surround headset. How much speakers it has. Oddworld. How about this? You just tell me what headset you have. Tell me the name of your headset, and I'll tell you that it does not actually have 7 speakers in it.
He's in, by the way. Mario's going downstairs and stuff.
Mark. They're on yellow.
I don't think I'm gonna get anyone with this.
Oh, repel.
They're in bathroom.
Yeah.
Just play for time.
Radio. Going to paint. Ace is outside of
So I think you just rotate back up. Let's see, you said Asus Strix 7.1. You know what's funny is literally the first post that pops up. I haven't read any of it. The very first post is from the headphones subreddit, and it says scam alert: Asus Strix True 7.1, and they're like, it's not actually 7.1, it's only 2. Oddworld, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I do think you were possibly the victim of buyer beware. Again, headphones don't have, they have one speaker in each. That's it. You are using a virtual 7.1 headset. You are not using a native 7.1 headset. If it was native, you would probably have, the headset would probably be like thousands of dollars. What was my character's race / ethnicity? What was I in D&D? The last D&D campaign we did, I was like a rock creature. This one I am a... I can't remember. Oh, I'm an orc in this one. The one before that I was a dragonborn. And then, that's basically all of them. I think I might have had one elf. No, Sam, it was actually... my whole bit that I was going to do with the rock creature was just like I would only talk in like with one-word responses or very short responses. But because I'm like the dad of the group and I actually get everyone to, you know, do what we have to do, since I was playing like this dumb single-word character, we never got anything done. So I had to stop role-playing and just play like myself to actually get stuff done. Because otherwise, like, the group is just way too slow, and everyone does, like, everything crazy. I'm like, guys, we need to actually, like, focus on the task at hand. Oh. The floor above me is open, but there's no way they see me. I'm not going to get off cams to check, because, then 100% they'll hear me and look through. Just stand still, statue. I know, Sam. My voice chat isn't working since last season. Do you know how to fix it? There is no easy fix. From my understanding, it is literally just you hope.
chasing me.
You hope it one day fixes itself. I'm hoping that they think I'm above.
Doke's 20 HP.
Call me a loser instantly. I'm just gonna go back in the desk because they're gonna probably think I'm not there anymore. That's what I'm paying. Uh-oh. He's just gotta not peek at all. Back into B. God, I love Maestro. He typed it so fast. He did. I, like, before his body even hit the ground, he had already typed loser. Ever since they gave Maestro his third cam, I just love him so much. He's so mad. He's the one who earlier said, you watch Varsity, don't you, or whatever. Yeah. God, he hates me. All I'm saying is that if apparently I'm bad at content creating and I'm a bad content creator, all my strats worked on him, so I don't know, seems pretty good to me. Alright. I'm gonna swap servers though. I do not like dealing with so many champ smurfs. If it's normal champs, I don't mind because then it actually counts for that in the matchmaking, but the fact that he's on a smurf account means that it gives us bad players or like lower ranked players, and then we're playing against champs, which is just not fun. You don't see him being a content creator. I remember getting into like arguments with people over this, where they would call me a bad content creator. I'm like, well, where's your content? They're like, well, I don't make content. I'm like, yeah, because no one would watch your content. And they're like, no, like, if I wanted to, I could. I'm like, no. No one would watch it. I missed what Geek said. We blew him by banning his main. He was so mad. Yeah, I had to mute him. You don't see him living in an $85 million house. Okay. Well, so I just realized that they don't even have an official stream for Pro League for the Last Chance qualifiers. I see Tom is co-streaming it. That's so weird. Why don't they have an official stream for it? Is this for your D&D? Oh, yeah, it is. Unfortunately, our DMs are pretty strict where they're like, you missed the roll, you missed the roll. That's all there is to it. Like, cool. Do I still get packs for watching Pro League? Well, since there's no official stream, I assume not. Since it's just Tom's stream. As a former dude who tried to be a content creator, no, it's not easy. It's honestly hard as fuck, especially coming with ideas, or I'm just bad at it. Could be both. I've learned how hard it is with whenever I try to do variety content. I'm just like, I struggle to come up. Like, if we play another game, like Marvel Rivals, I'm like, what do I do for a video? I'm like, I can't think of any ideas. I'm just so used to, like, figuring out Siege stuff that I'm like, fuck if I know. Or at least I can't come up with enough ideas to make daily content. If I make a video like once in a while, then it's not bad, but like to come up with original ideas constantly is, yeah, it's really fucking hard. 10% being blessed by the algorithm. I think it's way more than that. I've gotten into arguments with other creators about this because I think a lot of creators don't like it when I say content creation is all about luck, because then they feel like it discredits that I'm discrediting their hard work, which I'm not. But I'd say like content creation is like 90% luck 10% like good content. I always use this as an example where I used to do, there's still on the channel, I used to do a lot of animations. I loved animating and I wanted to be an animator for a while. So I did a lot of animation and I would make Minecraft animations, and then I started making like fan animations of Achievement Hunter and all of their Minecraft Let's Plays. And in my opinion, it was like fairly high quality compared to a lot of the other stuff out there. I put in a lot of work. I would work on it for like 40 hours a week just to get one done. And then I would post it and it would get a couple thousand views and that's it. I was like, well, that's still nice. And then there was another guy in the community who had like, again, not trying to be mean, but like way, way, way worse animation style. Like bad quality, bad camera work, bad movement. Everything about it was bad, but he would get like hundreds of thousands of views. And I'm like, bruh, I'm putting in like blood, sweat, and tears into this like high quality animation. And then this guy would just put out like the most garbage shit. It would get hundreds of thousands of views. I'm like, what's the point? So I was like, that's when I was like, hard work does not mean that you get views. If he gets lucky and gets more views from that, he gets lucky. Chris was always a hustler. I was actually, I never really think about how much I would work. I mean, I talk about it, but when you actually try to quantify how much work I would do, I would literally like sit at my computer all day just working. I'd play games with my friends whenever they were on, but like if they weren't on, I'd just be working nonstop. And I'd stay up late, I'd wake up early and just work. That's why Andy says I'm a workaholic. It's one of the traits I got from my dad because he was also a very, very intense workaholic.
I just love dicks, bro.
Thank you for 13
TGIF.
months panic. It paid off. It did pay off. It was worth it. And now it's time to slow down and just chill. I remember I was talking to Spoit about that. When we were in Munich, we were like all in the same group and we were chatting. And he's just like he works like literally 24/7. He'll wake up and he'll start work right away. And then when he finishes like stuff with his team, he then goes and just does content stuff all day. When he finishes stream, he then like plans more content stuff and then he goes to bed. Like literally from the moment he wakes up to the moment he goes to sleep is just all work. And I was like, yeah, no, I can't do that anymore. And he's just like, well, he's like, people always say work-life balance. He's like, I just say, just work. So he works all day, every day. But he's also like 20 or 21 or something versus me now being 30. I'm like, yeah, I did that when I was younger and I've made my money. I'm kind of done with that. There's a sentence in Germany. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that, which basically means if you're self-employed, you're always working. That is also true. So one thing that does bother me a little bit when people are like, oh, I should just become self-employed. Then I can just work whenever I want. I'm like, no, if you're self-employed, you have to work all the time. It sucks. You can join the event now mid-game. I'm happy they made that change that quickly. CSC Army, your message makes me suspicious. I have never... Oh, wait. I'm so dumb. Sorry. I thought your message said, I've never cheated in here. But you said you never chat in here. And I was just like, why are you telling me that you've never cheated? Why did you have to tell me that? That's not me. I thought your message was going to lead into like, I've never cheated. Can you please unban me? That's on me. That's on me. Yeah, older and wiser about how to handle content creation. This happens a lot when people hit their 30s. I don't know if it's about content creation more so than it's just about like, let me just enjoy my life instead of working all the time. There's your full match siege videos that got me to follow you back in the day. Man, I remember I uploaded some highlights back in the day and people got pissed. They were like, I want to see the full matches. I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm just going to upload full matches. And now if I upload a full match, it does terrible. Highlights do way better. Bro accuses everyone, even chatters. I'm sorry, Army. Yeah. I definitely don't have the same drive I used to when I was younger. Even I told Annie, I went downstairs yesterday, I was like, Annie, I just don't want to work right now. I was like, I've been feeling this for like the last 2 days. I'm like, I just don't want to do anything. I'm sure it's like seasonal depression because even she was said the other day, she's like, I don't want to clean. I don't want to do anything. She's like, I just want to lay here all day. Like, I kind of get that. And normally I don't. I'm never like that. I'm always like, no, I can just do more work now. If I have nothing to do, I'll just do work. And then yesterday I was like, I don't want to work at all. Like, I have zero motivation to work. And then I worked for 5 hours. So I powered through it, but I do need to just, become more normal. Are you sure you're not getting burnt out? I could be. I could be. I did feel that the other day where I was like, I don't know. I think also a big part of it is during Christmas break, so many people were on. Like, especially in the first month of the season, we had like Evan and Priest on almost every day. Kit was around a decent amount. Game Addict would be on weekends, and then he was around
I just
every
love
day
Dex,
during
bro.
Christmas break. So I had
Currently
so many
sick
people
as
to play with
F.
all the time. And then now I'm just by myself, which I like chat. You guys are cool. But usually like around the 2 hour mark, which is actually we're about to reach, I started to like run out of things to talk about. And people in chat, obviously like you load up stream at the beginning, you watch for 2 hours, and then stop paying attention. And then chat dies down a bit. So I'm like, oh, it's a little bit more boring when I don't have friends to talk with. I think it's also just seasonal. It's just like nothing to do outside. I've been sick as well. We also had so many parties, and I'm just drained because we had 4 or 5 different parties in like a week. It's too much. Maybe I guess 2 weeks. Between my full time IT job, the part time gaming journal stuff, and other things I do on the side, I'm tired. Now, panic. Imagine if you added kids on top of that. Because that's what all my friends are about to go through. They're all talking about how they're already burnt out and stuff. And then I'm like, you guys are about to have kids. Can't be me. I guess that's it's always the benefit. You go like, at least I don't have kids. Thanks for the 5 months from Want a Beer. After 7 years of being subbed, I've always known you to post YouTube videos every day, which is insane for 7 years. Yeah, I remember Get Flank told me, he's like, you should try to apply for a Guinness World Record. And I tried and they rejected me. He's like, he's never heard of anyone who's uploaded that long consistently daily. I was like, I probably am world record contender. I'm playing Power Wash Simulator 2. How is it, Sovakir? Is it better than Power Wash Simulator 1? I remember I asked about this before. I don't know if it was to you. People said it was overall decent. Sam, you're right. We're not good enough. No, it's not that. I think it's like what Way said. It's just you stay indoors all the time. I don't know. I also I might have to go back to the other servers. I'm not finding a match here. I've been queued for 10 minutes. Oh, sorry. What was I gonna say? Partial seasonal, nothing to do. Oh yeah, one thing I've noticed recently, chat. For those of you who go to the gym, when you leave the gym after a good workout, do you physically feel better, or do you just feel the same? Because me and Annie were talking about this the other day, and I was like, whenever we work out, even if it's a good workout, I never feel better. I'm always like, all right, workout done. I feel tired. Hmm. Is there something wrong with me? I really feel better the next day. Maybe there's something wrong with me. Because I don't ever feel a dopamine hit. Hmm. Remember I told Annie that, and I was like, is that depression? Like, I feel like depression is what affects your dopamine hits. I'm like, I'm not getting any dopamine from working out. Surely you get dopamine from going rock climbing. Bro, rock climbing has been making me depressed recently. The gym I always climb at, they made everything so much harder. And now I've just, like, degraded. My friend who started climbing after me is now doing better than me. Just depression. Although we're going to a different gym tomorrow that hopefully should be better. If I get a really good climbing session in, then I feel, like, happy. Because I'm like, I accomplished something. I don't know. Maybe I'm broken. I was also supposed to go to the gym today to do leg day, but because we're going to a different gym tomorrow, I didn't want to risk it. Being like, if I go to the gym tomorrow that I have to pay for and I don't do well because my legs are so tired, I'm like, that kind of sucks. So I didn't want to waste it. Am I consistently working out each week? I do consistently rock climbing Saturdays and Mondays, and then Annie and I try to do gyms Wednesdays and Fridays, but we didn't go today. I didn't do leg day. We did go on Wednesday. And then, but then that, oh yeah, so that's when we mentioned it on Wednesday after we finished the gym. Annie was just like, I feel really good. She's like, I feel so much better now that I went to the gym. I was like, I feel the same. I just feel more tired now. I'm realizing he's depressed as fuck 30 years into it. I don't feel depressed. I told Annie, I was like, I feel like there's just something not right in here. And that my body doesn't process like the dopamine correctly or something. I don't know. Maybe I just forgot how to feel good. I don't know. Child, let's psychoanalyze me and fix me. Okay. Built different. Built-in lumbar. Never forget built-in lumbar. The drug that keeps you active and awake. Oh, cocaine. Yeah, you know, Jack, you're right. Maybe I do need some. Therapy session. What does that mean? I forgot how to be happy. I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. But then when I mentioned it to Annie, I was like, "Is that depression?" She's just like, "I mean, like, do you feel bad about stuff?" I was like, "No." She's like, "I don't think you're depressed." She's like, "I think you just don't feel the dopamine hit." I'm like, "Oh, yeah. Maybe you're not pushing yourself enough at the gym." I almost passed out and almost puked like 2 weeks ago at the gym because I pushed too hard. So, don't think that's it. You know, Silvakir. Well, first off, probably not autistic. You're probably just German. Second off, the UK Ubisoft group, lovely group of people. The two reps that we always see at events. I think it was in Rio was when they were like, "Do you have autism?" And I was like, "No." And they're like, "We think you do." I'm like, "What do you mean?" And then the entire trip was just them like diagnosing me. Oh, the same map. But then the entire time they were like, "We think you have some tendencies." I'm like, "Do I?" Not feeling a dopamine hit after workout can stem from inconsistent exercise, genetics affecting your... This is a Google AI answer, if I've ever seen one. Too many brackets. I do remember when I first went to the gym and I would get really good climbs, I would always feel really good after. I'd feel really pumped and I'd feel good. Now when I go rock climbing, I never feel pumped and I rarely feel good. I only feel good if I get something hard and I just feel happy because I finally got it, and that's about it. But I think that's just because I've plateaued in climbing. Because like the amount of times that I would, what's it called? Like I remember back in the day, like I'd be pushing as hard as I could to finally get it, and I'd get it, and I'd feel so good. And now I'm like, I never push really hard because I'm too afraid of hurting myself. Just because I'm German, that's not an excuse. Hey, every German I know is very, very similar. You were getting extremely anxious about not getting your usual room at the dentist. Silvakir, I'll diagnose you right now. I don't even know how to respond to what with the UK group asking if I was on the spectrum. I don't know. I didn't find it that odd because my sister is like a TikTok doctor, so she diagnoses everyone for everything. She said I have autism. I'm like, I don't know if I do. She's like, we all have it. I'm like, okay, well. Oh no. Oh. Why me? Should have been my team. This guy a controller? Looks like it. Still trying to hit him through the floor. Oh, damn. Just diagnose Varsity with impunity. Okay. It's very important to know that your libido levels are tied to your testosterone levels, and low testosterone does make you feel bad. So that was also another thing I remember being like, I was like, I'm getting older. Maybe I have lower testosterone. But I'm horny 24/7. So I'm like, I don't think that's it. That's why I told Priest, I was like, we have to stop playing together. Because I'm just like, I'm too riled up. You know? Now we're going to bring back Guess Your Rank. I thought about it because with Rank 2.0, even though it makes it impossible to do, I could just do it anyways and just be like, I think this is what you should be. But, oh. Fastest and easiest ways to increase testosterone is ejaculation retain. I think I know what you mean, is to just not come. But in my mind, what that meant is that you hold on to it and you keep it with you. I don't like that. Turn PG to edge. If you're horny 24/7, why isn't the desk tipping? I don't have that type of utility on me, Sam. Okay. That doesn't work. I've also heard that it is bullshit. I don't know the science behind it, but I've heard that it's just like, no offense, what people like Andrew Tate try to say, where they're like, reject beta maleism and retain ejaculation. It's like, well, what the fuck are you talking about? Oh. Can't tell if he dropped. I think he did. Definitely did. think he's on red, right? Where's that laser? Is that from below? Where'd that, what? Where was that laser from? Did he just drop again? He did. I have no idea where that laser came from. Retaining it can lead to serious health issues. Source, my doctor. Yeah, no offense, Chris. I'm gonna believe his doctor over you who says, nah, it's not wrong. I'm gonna do an incognito Google search. How do I say this medically? Is not nutting bad for you? No, it's saying if you have erectile dysfunction. Like, guys, I don't have it. Bro, these articles are trying to tell me a lot of things I don't want to or don't need to hear about. It's like, oh, are you not coming because you have a fear of pregnancy? I'm like, no. What do we get into? My balls were hurting as fuck when I was in the army. Bro, what are you doing? That's the perfect time to do it. There's so many guys around. Really, Darkly? No, why? My God. Not cool, Yana. Damn, Warden. I was gonna throw and then we start everyone dying, so. It's the worst pain, makes you want to puke walking. I'm no doctor, but I think if you're getting pain walking because of 30 days like that, I think you might have some major health issues. Just smash this sandwich into my face. Sandwich. 40 plus. Even then, I still think you should not be having major pain from that. You're right, Jack. You're right. Definitely watch his looks max and content. Mewing. I don't even know how to mew. I just know people do it. Stokers. I think there was a lot more going on there than just withholding is how we'll phrase it. Because that should not be happening. The reason I tell you that shouldn't be happening is because, well, if you use common sense, you know, there are certain religions and groups of people who don't do it at all. You know, a lot of liars, but people who don't do it at all. And if that were the case, if that's just normal for it being 40 plus days like you said, then all of them should be constantly in pain 24/7, but they're not. So again, I think that's a major health issue, not the norm. Major blue balls. Ooh, you know what you would just maybe want, Panic, is pulled pork. I haven't had some good pulled pork in a while. Oh, what the hell? TP Builder. Is that a flashbang on me? I'm downstairs. Ooh, this could be good. Maybe not. I was hoping they'd plant. No one's Skybridge. Oh. I think last one was on Breach. Yeah, that's that Breach. Oh, went all the way around? What is... Why is that an emote in my chat? Why is Jorkers an emote? Sam? Actually, no, that has Josh written all over him. My fucking Twitch chat, man. Yeah, I corrected myself, Sam. Like some accusations on Sam. Darkly. Do you want to hear what Sam's couple username is on Siege? Because it'll change your whole opinion of him. After I found out what him and Lexus have, made me realize that Josh ain't so bad. Tell him. What is it? Her kitten and bark for kitten. Disgusting. Also, since we found the match, I'm gonna go grab some water. I'll be back in a second.
I just love Dex, bro.
Dude celebrating no nut forever.
Oh, there we go. Kitten's daddy and bark for kitten. There we go. After all that hoodies for mod advocating I did, yeah, Sam will not be receiving the next merch. That's all I can say. Why can't I see these jokers emotes? All I see is people typing. Furiously typing. Ooh, Santho, that's not a bad one. There's no way I can get that. I do not know what that emote is. That definitely has Joshua and all over it as well. I don't like that combination, chat. Me and this guy are just having a nice little chat. What is this bus and buster? I knew that was gonna get someone. I put that Capcan trap down. I was like, that's actually a pretty good spot. Why have I never thought of this spot before? Immediately got someone.
I just love decks.
Thanks for sub clout. Oh, someone's just right here. Bandit. What does it say? Be able to see him. I think the rest of the chicken are saved for later. Me and Annie went to an Italian place for dinner on two nights ago, Wednesday. And this place gives you free bread and unlimited bread as well. So normally I eat one or like half of a bread and then I have a pizza. And I have half the pizza and then I save the other half for leftovers, right? This time I had a full bread instead of just the half. And I still ate half the pizza and I thought I was going to fucking explode. I just didn't want to leave 4 slices. So I had to eat that third slice. So I'd eat half of it. And I was just, biggest mistake in my life. Should have just left it for leftovers. Because when you get unlimited free bread, you might as well just leave the food for leftovers. Because you get 2 meals for the price of 1. What is Annie Permy yet? She is not. How was the giant car accident down the road? I never saw it. Annie was really confused when I asked her if we were still going out for dinner. She's like, why does that, like, what are you talking about? I was like, well, because there was a big car accident. I thought you might be like, let's not go outside. And she's like, oh, no, I just wanted to tell you it happened. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't see it. Didn't hear much about it. Yeah, she tried harder for 1.0 Tarky than UB did with Siege X. To be fair, that's not a high bar. Jeez, Panic. Wait, Panic. If you don't mind saying, what state do you live in again? I have a question for an American. And it all depends on what state you live in, depending on how much snow you normally get. Actually, why don't I just go underneath the desk over here? Oh, because you can't really. Iowa. Okay, you guys got a decent amount of snow. Do you guys have snow tires? Because my brother-in-law is from Chicago. And he never had snow tires. And he's like, why would you ever get snow tires? Just use your normal tires. I'm like, because snow tires will stop you from sliding as much and make it better for traction. He's just like, no, that's dumb. I think they have snow tires now. But I think it's just because insurance makes your rates cheaper. You don't, but many do, especially if they live in rural. See, here everyone has them. He stood up and shot, but the second shot didn't connect. I was hoping... Because I knew that he saw me. I was hoping I could just hit him as I run away. My second shot didn't land. I don't need them because I live 5 minutes from everything I know how to drive. Well, you can know how to drive as much as you want. Snow tires are still going to make it better. And make you less accident prone. Because, like, people always say that. They're like, well, you don't need snow tires if you're just a good driver. It's like, you definitely do. Snow tires just make it safer. For everyone as well. Okay. I haven't had an accident over a decade. What? He survived that? That was a shotgun shot to the chest from a foot away, and he survived that. All season tires are a scam. Well, I think... Well, I guess, yeah, technically they are, because all season tires are actually really bad for winter. But I remember hearing that a lot of people are like, but I have all seasons. It's like, you have an all season coat for when it's negative 40 out? Can you wear that from negative 40 to positive 40? Nope. Yeah, I do. You wear the same coat in negative 40 to positive 40? Damn, you built different. In Germany, all-season tires are actually forbidden now. It's because Germans know about, you know, good engineering and what's smart. That's one thing I always say that Europe does better is they actually know what, like, is important and what's good because they actually put research versus being like, let's let the consumer decide. Bro, consumers are fucking stupid. Really, Andy? I watched Annie do that fight and she also was having a hard time with it. I remember that fight being so easy for me. I don't know why.
Just love dicks, bro.
Thanks for sub Lucas Heat. More like my freedoms. I'm just gonna full reinforce those since I doubt anyone's gonna play head holds. Oh, wait, so if you get in an accident with all seasons or whatever, or like summer tires, and you don't have winter tires, but it's snowy out, they just won't pay? That's interesting. Here, you just have to pay more for insurance if you don't have winter tires. Like, let's say it's the winter months. Normally, let's say your insurance is like 200. You might get a discount with winter tires, or you have to pay more, so it maybe be like 250. Didn't even hit 0. Bro, this guy keeps shooting cameras. Didn't realize I was just staring at his frozen body on the left. I thought it was the background. I remember the 1 year beef squatch where I used my winter tires all throughout the summer. It was during COVID. Literally like the first summer of COVID. I was like, I'm not driving anywhere. Like we would walk to the grocery store, or we would drive. It would be like 1 minute to the grocery store. So I was like, do I bother going in to change? And then I changed my tires in like August, and then I had to change them back in like October. I was like, I should not have done that. I should have just left them. I think it's because things finally started opening up, so we started driving to like Toronto and stuff, and I was like, well, if I need to drive to Toronto, I shouldn't be doing it on winter tires in the summer. Thanks for sub, Callie. So did I thank Ollie? Ollie will? Thank you. Why would you drive for 1 minute? Because it was just like, if we wanted to get a lot of stuff, it obviously makes more sense to bring it back in the car than it would be to try to lug back, like, because the walk would still be like 10 minutes. Again, you're remembering it's Canada. Walking is a lot longer than driving. So I could drive for a minute or walk for 10, and if I walked, it would be with like a lot of groceries. This is crazy. Thanks for sub, Gingy. I see pieces coming off. Actually, surprisingly, I still use the same winter tires. I've had them for 8 years, and I've actually maybe 6 years, because I think one of the years they gave me a free set of winter, or like a super discounted set of winter tires. Oh, he's saying it's me. What was I gonna say? They gave me like a set of tires for like 75% off or whatever. I've used the same tires for like 7 or 8 years. I can't remember. And then every year we go to get them changed, and I ask the mechanic, I'm like, should I swap them out? And they're like, you have 1 more year on these. And then next year they're like, you have 1 more year on these. Like, I feel like these tires are never gonna run out. I also don't drive too much. My car is 8 years old, and I can check. I think I have like 110,000 kilometers or something. Pretty small. The hell? Oh my god, Nomad scared me. I don't really understand. I guess this is just to watch black stairs. was a good double swing. They get hard after a while now. Recommended to keep them more than 4 years and even less if it's outside on direct sunlight. I'm just going to trust that my mechanic knows what they're doing. And seeing as how the car tires have been fine for 8 years, I'm going to assume that they're still fine. They banned Grim. That's crazy. Let me see. I'll check how many kilometers I actually have on my car. I have 110,000. I was actually like on the money. What is la? If he answers baby don't hurt me, then we'll be golden. Also, I should say 110,000 kilometers, but most of that is probably summer driving. So it's probably like 50,000 kilometers or less on those tires specifically. If you've had the same tires for 8 years, your mechanic is lying to you. My mechanic is lying about my tires? So they've given me new tires, is what you're saying, for free. Tires should be changed yearly, bro. In what world? That is... No, you do not change tires yearly. That is some crazy ideas there. It all depends on how much you drive, but you should not be changing your tires every single year. You have zero clue what you're talking about. Unless you're driving like 80,000 kilometers a year, you should not be changing your tires every single year. That's such a huge waste. Like, substantial waste. Drive 150k miles a year? So why do you think that everyone should be doing the same? Bro, I drive like... I've had my car for 8 years. On average, I drive 12,000 kilometers a year. Oh. Fuck, someone's down there too. Damn, they had everyone over here. This car doesn't use that. I just don't drive a lot. The average person only drives like 20,000 kilometers a year. I'm at like 12, 13,000. And honestly, I only have so much, or the amount I have on it, because in the first year that I got it, we drove to Boston and back, which I think was like 1.5k. And then just the other year we drove to Pennsylvania, which was like another 1.5k. And then since Annie's from Toronto, we drive to Toronto a few times a year, which adds a couple hundred to it. Again, you're under average. Yeah, I know. That's the point. This guy's saying that he drives 150k miles a year and said that we should all be changing our tires every year, which is just crazy. Alright, I should probably focus up a little bit. I'm going rah-rah. I mean, it gets 40 degrees plus here in the summer as well, but I never leave my car outside. That also is obviously a big difference. My car is in a garage 24/7. Will I ever return to an ice car? No. Whenever we travel, if we rent a car, there's like a 50% chance it'll be a gas car. And I don't know. I just don't like them as much. Soy boy, okay. I just hate, like, obviously it depends on the model and stuff, but, like, I hate not having instant torque. And no matter how good of a gas car you have, it'll never have instant torque. Like, the millisecond I push the pedal, I want it to respond, and gas will just never do that. The higher up you go, the faster it'll respond, but it'll still never be as fast. Internal combustion engine, panic a gas car. I'll only stay electric. Me and Annie, I only just found out about the Volkswagen hippie van. They now have the electric version of it. And I was like, how funny would it be for me to go from like a Tesla to that? And then I saw that it's, what's it called? It's like battery range is terrible. I was like, yeah, I'm not getting that. When we were in Germany though, we took 2 Ubers and they were both Lucids. 10 out of 10. Really like that car. The only issue with Lucid is that, well, 1, it's very expensive, but 2, it's also, there's no dealerships close to us. Closest one is in Toronto, which is just shit. Bro. Oh. Oh, almost shot Ash.
Left.
Solar should be left.
Aw. Like, she could have gone back into terrorist, but no, she was just... Oh, she was one shot, too. I just had to hit one body shot. Unfortunate. Starts around 80k base models. Yeah, it's, they're pretty expensive in Canada. I'll say that much. Let me see if I can pop it up without it giving away any personal information. No, I'm going to give Death Run commendations because he talked to me about Tarkov. Where is that? Looks like it won't show anything. Let me just make sure. Yeah. So in case you guys have never seen it, these are Lucid cars. It's probably the best electric car brand out there. This car has 724 kilometers of range. My car is at like 360. It literally has double the amount. But 113,000, which actually is cheaper than my current car. My car when I bought it was like 140k. But then it all depends on what you want to add to it. She's sponsor. Oh, bro. You know what? I should tell Annie to reach out to Lucid. Probably go with green, honestly, on this one. Wish they weren't also ugly. These ones aren't too bad. I think Rivians are way uglier. Rivian makes good cars, but their appearance is shit. Black or platinum, chat? I think black. Green ugly as fuck. What the hell? Just all their options are lame. Every car is white now, so I wouldn't want white. But like bronze, gray, and titanium are all kind of meh. I hate the unibrow headlight taillight style. To be fair, that's like every car brand now. It's not just an electric car thing. Every car company is doing the like solid beam light. And I agree. I don't like that. We'll go with titanium. I don't really care about the wheels. Hmm. It'd be one of these two. Probably white. People don't like light interior, light exterior, but I like it. Our Tesla Model 3 is white and white. Oh yeah, I never noticed the steering wheel. What the hell? I don't like that. It's not as bad as the Tesla one that's like the side stocks. Never noticed that. Probably get the rear seating just to have it. I assume they probably fold down. Oh god, here's all the options, chat. One of the most comprehensive advanced driver assistance systems available in electric vehicles. What the fuck is... I don't know what any of this is. You gotta go pro. The speakers are the one thing that I'm always like, I will spend money on, because like a bad sound system in a car sucks. In addition to standard vehicle handling features, dynamic handling package replaces or upgrades to the following: triple rate air suspension, upgrade to a 3-chamber air suspension. What the fuck does any of this mean? Rear wheel steering allows for increased breadth of capability, offering the combination of decreased turning radius at low speeds for improved maneuverability. With, I think this is all stuff that I probably don't care about. The technology package. Ooh, the HUD. I had a HUD on our car in Norway. But the only thing that was an issue with it, when I had my glasses on, it didn't work. I couldn't see the HUD with my sunglasses on at all. True, Ben. That HUD in my wife's Pathfinder. It's becoming a pretty standard thing, but it is part of their $4,000 package. Jesus Christ. That much for just a HUD and dynamic lighting? I feel like that is not worth $4,000. Select. Don't care about towing. All right, chat. We only need $131,000. Money, please. Give me money. Yeah, I think this is their car with the most amount of range. Because I was looking at some of them, and they actually, surprisingly, not all of them have a lot of range. What is this website? It won't let me click. So, what is this? 542 kilometers of range. That's so little. Oh, wait. The one we just chose didn't even have the high range. We have to pay even more. So that's going to be like an extra 20K. So it's going to be like 150K. It's going to go full Royal. Only respond to your message if you give him 5 subs. Does Roy actually do that? I remember playing with him was always tough because he would always respond to every single person. I was like, God damn, Roy, you're never not muted. Jesus Christ. 320K. I mean, I guess this is 50K cheaper and it's only 50 kilometers less. But I feel like if I were to get another car, again, I'm not going to get one anytime soon. I probably would get more of an SUV one. Just for the times we need it. We have 2 sedans, so it's kind of annoying if we ever have 6 people. It's like, well, fuck, now we gotta take 2 cars. The electric Cayenne has 642-kilometer range. Okay. Let me pull up Rivian first. Chat, are we just done with Siege today? Do you guys just want to talk about cars? Someone said the R3 looked good. No, I don't like them. Oh, this is the R1. This looks like Wally. I want my car to look like Wally. It still looks like Wally. The rest of the car looks nice. It's just the front lights look so bad. Like, this looks so stupid. I will say, though, I think out of any car I've ever seen... Shut up, Bagel. Out of any car I've ever seen, I think this is probably the ugliest one. A Jeep truck. I saw one the other day at the gym, and I was like, that is horrendous looking. And Annie was like, actually, I really like it. And I think if I didn't have the Tesla, she's like, I think I would have that. I was like, no, you wouldn't. And then she's like, I'm just trying to rage bait you. Like, yeah, you're fucking working. Off my screen. What was the cayenne pepper? Okay, let's configure this. Ooh, I do not like the front of this. This already looks really bad. Ooh, do I go gold to flex on people? Or blue? Ooh, look at that green. I don't really care about the wheels. So someone said that's brown? Bro, it's gold. It's because, look, it has like a hue to it. So like it looks really dark until you look directly at it, then it looks light. The first one on the 21 wheels. I don't really like those. Honestly, I like these ones the most. Oh my god, we're already at $152,000. All right, we're cheaping out. What is the cheapest wheel? Oh, but I could get them painted gold. No, I don't really care about that. This is a lot of numbers. I don't know what this means. That one actually looks pretty nice. Cheap and Porsche in the same sentence. I didn't think it would be this expensive. Wait. There's no way. Okay. I get that, like, companies will nickel and dime you whatever they can. You're telling me in order to have my seat remember the position, I have to pay $1,500? That's not standard? That is insane to me. The heated seats aren't included? Nah, fuck Porsche, man. Garbage. Ain't no way. That is actually insane. Let me customize one. How do? Buy. 106,000. Oh my god. Why are the ranges on this so shit? Wait, what is that? Calculator. 371 times 1.6. Oh, okay. Actually, that's pretty good. 600. This one can go up to 410 for an extra 7K. I have to put in my postal code to get my red color? That's insane. I like blue. Varsity blue. These are all kind of ugly. This one is the best range and it's free. Dub. $1,000 to turn that black? Ugh. Guys, you know what I'm learning? I am not the prime customer for expensive car brands. I'm just like, why would I pay all that money for all this stuff? $5,000 to change the interior? Oh, wait, but you get... Oh, no. Okay, that's worth it. You get audio and a glass roof. Okay, that's worth it. That's worth it. Sure. Don't need any of that. Don't really care about much of that. Alright, 100K. That's not too bad. I think I'd still rather the Lucid, but the Lucid would be way more. Way more for like 150 kilometers more of range. But also probably a much nicer interior. Your car's gonna be more than your... My car's gonna be more than your house loan? How the fuck do you have a house loan that little? Bro, houses here are starting at like 800K. We get the Chinese electric cars? You mean the BYOD? No, I don't think they're in Canada. Saw them in Brazil everywhere. How do I...
I just love
This
decks,
is
bro.
the BYD. Build your dreams. Let's get the I don't know, the seal. The seal U. Oh, only 500 kilometers? That's not the best. But it is a lot cheaper, I believe. I don't think they even sell them in Canada, though. I've never seen one. Yeah, they don't even have anything in North America. Not a single sales point. The big SUV like the Lucid starts at 60K. I remember I heard that they were putting in a bunch of like blockades or embargoes and stuff on those cars because they were like the Chinese government just subsidizes like 50% of it. So not worth it. Like not worth it for like sales for internal stuff because they're like sure people can get cheaper cars but then like local companies will suffer whatever. But I think we got to go grand touring. I will say, oh, it's because it was covered. I was like, it does bother me that I couldn't see how much range it has, but I want to say probably just go black. White interior. 7 passengers. Better sound. $10,000 for the driving. So this is included. It has park distance warning, safe exit protection, and drive assist. Surround view monitoring, blind spot display. And then this one has hands-free drive assist. That's an extra 10K, bro. That was included in my car. And auto park. These are all things I never... this one I use, but these I never use. Crossover sucking. That's a hill I'll die on. The only reason I really would want a crossover is just for the extra seating. For whenever we do want to go somewhere and don't want to take 2 cars. I still can't believe the heads-up display is $4,000. That is insane. 151. All right, chat, hand it over. I know you guys are packing. At least one of you have to be a Saudi prince, right? Give me 151K right now.
Oh, I just
the Saudi
came
prince, thank you for
everywhere.
the 5 gifted. Yeah. I don't think I'll buy a new car though until my car like actually dies. It is not going to be dead anytime soon, which is nice. It's 8 years old and it still is perfectly fine. The only issue is like battery is degraded a little bit. Stream 1 act on Val. What does that mean? We just need 9,995 more active subs. I think for 151K, how much would that be in subs? It'd be like 30,000, 40,000 subs after the cut. Are we looking at cars? Oh, we just got distracted by cars, to be honest. I don't know why we started talking about it. Oh, it's the season. Gotcha. Hybrid doesn't interest you at all? Honestly, after like being used to just charging for like $5, I don't ever want to fill up on gas. Ever. Unless they have a kill switch and after a while it updates itself and locks you out. That would never happen. I know people like to fearmonger electric cars being like, but like, since they have everything remote, you know, they could kick you out. They can do that with gas cars. Gas cars are literally run by computers now. And even then, like, no, that would never happen because no company is that stupid that they're going to just fuck over everyone and kill their company just because of principles or whatever. They'll never do that. For that money, you're better off getting a GR Corolla and being the cool uncle. I don't know what a GR Corolla is. All I'll say is that after this, it does make me realize, I don't know how to drive a fucking manual. It does make me realize I am not a car guy. I've never been a car guy. I thought I was when I got my Model S. I was like, oh, like, you know, this would be fun to like drive around in and like maybe race a little, whatever. And then after like 5 days, I was like, this is just a tool. A car is to get from point A to point B. Obviously, I want it to be nice, but I don't need all that. All right. Now, do I play some more or do I just call it a day there? Because it has been 3 hours and I'm a little tired. I keep waking up at like 6 a.m. No matter what time I go to bed at. I wake up at 6 a.m. and I don't like that. So I could take a nap. I still have to go edit a little bit and I have to get the Kahoot done. You're gonna go against a hacker. I've actually surprisingly not faced like any hackers recently. Nothing on the road will beat you in a Model S. Probably true. So chat, I think I will call it here, but we're gonna talk a bit about the Kahoot before I go. So remember, tomorrow's Kahoot day. So if you haven't been paying attention, I'm giving away 4 of these skins, the rarest skin in Siege, to the 4 top Kahooters tomorrow. Kahoot is a quiz, basically. I've made a custom Kahoot talking about Siege topics. And the 4 winners, the top 4, will get codes for this skin. The questions tomorrow are all hard to begin with, and I've just now started adding extra hard ones at the end to really help, like, push people apart. The questions are also going to be time gated to like 10 seconds so that you don't have time to Google anything. You will have to answer based off of what you see. I'm going to have to go through and test it, but I think on average to read each question should take about 3 or 4 seconds. To read through all the possible answers should take another 3 seconds, and then you have like about 3 seconds to decide on an answer. So it should be impossible to AI cheat the questions. The start time for the quiz, I probably won't start at exactly 2, but I told everyone at 2. So I'll probably start at like 2:30 to give people time to get there. Because I'm afraid people will be like, well, I thought you meant like, stream starts at 2. So I'll probably start like 2:20, 2:30. And I'm currently aiming to have 80 questions. I don't think I'll have more than that because I'm at like 75 and I'm already running out of ideas. So I would guess an hour for the whole quiz. That'd be my guess. I don't really know how Kahoot works if I can just like stop after each question and talk about it, because then that'll add more to it. I don't think it'll automatically keep going. Because if it automatically keeps going, then it's probably going to be more like 20 minutes. But if I can stop and talk, then it'll probably be about an hour. How many bathroom breaks does the AGT team take per day? That actually does remind me. I will probably have bathroom breaks at like the 30 and 60 question mark, just so people aren't like, oh, I gotta go to the washroom. I don't want people dying trying to answer these questions. Oh, and yeah, it'll be 2 p.m. Just get to stream by 2 p.m. Eastern time. So right now it is 3:10. In exactly like 23 hours, you should be in stream. Okay. Bathroom breaks, how long will this take? I don't think it'll take like crazy long, but I'm like, if it's an hour long, or depending on how long it takes, if it's like an hour long, I might still just do a bathroom break halfway through, just because I don't want someone to be like, fuck, I really got to go, but I only have half an hour, or I have to wait half an hour, because also like the questions, you have to have the stream open to be able to read the questions. You can't just do it on your phone. I also forgot about this, but I'll probably have to do it. I'll have to run, maybe when we do the bathroom breaks, I'll do an ad break, because if I don't do ad breaks, then when people join, they get ads, or they might get random ads halfway through. So I'll probably have to like manually run ads during that. So yeah, that'll all be a bit messy, but we'll figure it out. Real gamers have a bucket. All right. I think that's everything. I'll still start stream tomorrow. I'll probably be a little bit late tomorrow. Probably start stream at around 1, because we're driving like 20 minutes away to go to a different gym. Maybe even like half an hour away. I can't remember how far it is. So if I'm going to be driving farther away and paying for a gym, I want to get my money's worth. So I'll probably be live at around 1. And then maybe do like 1 match, give people time to like join stream, and then 2 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. Eastern time is when we start the quiz. And then it goes until it goes. Okay? That is not true, Blue. They try to scare you into just throwing so that the cheaters can win for free, but no. If you beat a cheater, you keep the RP. Weak bladder should lose anyways. No, we're trying to make this fair. Although that being said, guys, I'm telling you right now, 90% of the questions that I have prepared for this, I had to do some deep searching. Like this morning, I was working on the questions, I think from 10 a.m. until about noon, and I got like 20 questions done. Because each
I just love
question has been
dicks.
so much time to research and actually confirm the correct answer. And every question, I normally copy and paste it into Google to see if it gives you the AI answer right away. And it doesn't. None of the questions from what I've been able to test give you the answer. So you can't Google anything. There's been a lot of work put into this. Thanks for sub. When it come, you should get a bond Discord to tell us when you stream. I had one before, but people complained that it was annoying, and it's also like the sub only Discord. So I'm like, the subs know when I stream. For the most part, they know I'm like streaming at the same time every day, so shouldn't be an issue. When the Discord was public, then that made more sense. Can I Yahoo the answers? You can ask Jeeves it. Can't just even remember the correct answers. To be honest, I was like scrolling through some of the questions because I've like been making it all week. I looked at one of the questions. I was like, what the fuck is the answer to this? I was like, I have no idea what the answer is. So I know when I'm doing the quiz, I'm going to be like reading out the question. I'll be like, zero clue what the answer is. And then I hope it tells everyone, but I'll test it all after. But all right, chat, that is it for today. Thank you guys for watching. I will be back tomorrow, like I said, probably starting around 1. And then quiz starts at 2 or 2:30. Just be here by 2. I won't start it at exactly 2, but just don't be late. Because if you're late, I'm not waiting, you know? You miss questions, you miss questions. All right? See you guys tomorrow. Bye.